It's time for the show. Let's go. Five, four, three, two, one. Grand rising and welcome to Good Morning Experts. I'm Troy Gandy, your index voice of inspiration, and I have the extreme pleasure to present the some and introduce to others none other than the host of this morning's Pass the Ball segment. We're talking about the man with the reputation of being a master builder. He's a six-figure ring earner and gold legacy member. He is also the first shareholder in Washington, D.C. We're talking about the man known to this family as the man of courageous conversations, Uncle Jock.
Thank you, Troy. Can y'all hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we like to welcome everybody to the biggest, baddest CEO meetup on the planet. And I'm Uncle Jock, zooming in from the DMV. I got three questions for y'all, so come off mute so I can feel your energy on this turned up Thursday. We're in the tip drill version of Pass the Ball, and we are ready to get this thing started. So without any further ado, y'all ready? Drums,
Ready?
please.
We ready. We got some more red on it. We got some more red on the screen, Uncle Jock. Here's some more red on the screen.
All right, so we're gonna rewind the Alpine. The index voice of inspiration has spoken. Come off of mute, y'all.
Come off of mute.
Fired
Fired up. Fired up.
Right up.
Fired up.
And what's up?
Our
My
income.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets a green
It's
sheet.
a green sheet.
Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know how my camera keep going on and off. But yeah, whatever I was saying, I'm gonna take the ball first because let me yesterday I was MIA. I had a performance here in DC at this new venue. And when I walked in, I didn't realize how many people here from the DMV area. Have y'all heard of this place called Sycamore and Oak? Anybody? Man, y'all should look it up. It's a new venue on the St. Elizabeth the campus. And when I tell you this is like that, it's like Wegmans, Panera, and Starbucks on steroids, but with a huge entertainment complex. And when I walked in, I saw Kurt Franklin. I saw Kathy Hughes. As a matter of fact, Kurt Franklin and Kathy, I was talking to Kathy Hughes in our dressing room. And then came in another guy, this guy named Mike Jones, that I actually grew up with. And he's in charge of all of the entertainment, the promotions and stuff for Kathy Hughes. So we started talking, and he was like, "Man, Jack, if you need anything, just come holler at me. It's our time. It's our city. We're in position to make moves and stuff." I'm like, "Okay, all right, yeah, it's our time, right?" So I said, "Let me ask you a question."
I like that.
So he was like, No, man, I don't have life insurance. And he's been doing this for a minute, this music stuff and all this, right? But we were talking. He said, "Man, I might want you to come and talk um, about what you're doing to some of these organizations and stuff that I have connections to." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, because we gotta get the word out right now. Our community is suffering because we just don't have the right information to realize we can properly protect ourselves." So he said, "Yeah, I might want you to come do a master class." And when he said master class, some said, I was like, "Oh boy." I said, "Do you realize that's what I do?" He was like, "Stop playing." He said, "Man," he said, "come down to my office. We're gonna sit." He said, "We're gonna chop it up and figure out where the money is, what you're doing, and how we can make a connect." He was like, because he was younger than me. I used to mess with his sister. And he was like, "Man, you always looked out for me when I was younger. So, hey, I'm gonna reciprocate." I was like, "Nah." So and that's what I've really been trying to do in DC because I have a lot of connections um with a lot of community organizations and stuff because of the work that I used to do. But this place is a hub for all of the community organizers. They said that they just come down and that's where everybody is. So that's going to be my new spot. Sorry it took so long, but that was uh that was my testimony for today. So
So,
with that
right,
being
Uncle
said,
John.
I'm gonna take the
Yes, yeah.
ball.
Awesome.
Thank you, y'all. And I'm gonna pass the ball to a gentleman who keeps he and his wife's business on. So without any further ado, Dr. Mark, what you got going on, brother?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Uncle Jock, for that pass. And congratulations. I know you'll be successful what you're going to be doing up there in the DMV. I'm from Baltimore originally, so I know things will be doing great up there. So, but I just more I want to share some good news. We have a friend on this morning, and she don't have to come off mute, but Miss Monique Johnson, she's on this morning, and just everybody just say welcome, welcome to her this morning. She don't have to come off mute if she don't want to.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Morning.
Congratulations.
Good morning.
Yeah, so but Monique and I are excited. We got some activities going on and just wanted to share. You got to be flexible in your schedule. I have a 10:30 p.m. green sheet appointment tonight. And one of my clients, you had to be flexible with. I said, what time? I'm here for you to serve you. So we got a 10:30 appointment at Green Sheet tonight. He's a trucker, he stays on the road. But I said, he's got an insurance policy he didn't know anything about. They won't explain it to him. I said, we'll help you understand what you have and get you in a better situation. So just grateful this morning for that. Encouraged about the people who are going to hear about this opportunity. And I'm ready. Man, I'm just on fire, man. Just ready to rock and roll. My wife and I just focus, and we're gonna run this race. We're gonna get these cycles. We're gonna, yeah.
Hey, hold it up. So who you passing that ball to, Mark?
I'm gonna pass this ball to none other than Miss Jen Unfiltered, the dancing Jen Unfiltered.
Thank you guys. Uncle Jack, by the way, that story is awesome. The fact that it just like lined up at the coffee shop is you're pulling a storyteller with going and making your office at the coffee shop. That's all I gotta say. That's an amputee issue over there, the coffee shop being your home office, okay? Got
Picking
Uncle
up what
Jack
you
and
putting
Auntie T.
down.
That's what I'm running with. I'm sorry. But you guys, we always talk about how we have to just keep putting those seeds out and then watering them here and there and such like that. And yesterday, right after this call, I got a text message from a buddy of mine I've been trying to get to sit down for 4 months to do a green sheet. And I know we're connected on Facebook. So, of course, he sees my post every morning, something about insurance, something about annuities, something about protecting themselves. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Because he messaged me on Facebook and he's like, I tried to text you. And I'm like, okay. So I ended up calling him on WhatsApp. 3.5 hours later, we have something lined up that this man needs mortgage protection, possibly 5 IULs, an annuity, and an estate planning to go get a trust because he's got an S Corp that he wants to make sure stays safe with everything, along with his house and his cars and everything else. So keep going back. It's that how we talk about the fortunes and the follow up. He wants to have all of this in place by the beginning of October so that it all starts to pull at the same time out of his account and everything. Granted, it's going to take us a little bit of time to get everything in place and cover everything he wants to get covered. But you guys don't give up and keep doing those follow-up appointments, because this hit me out of left field yesterday morning. I had a whole different set of things to do yesterday. Did not get half of the stuff done off my to-do list just because of this appointment. So, and then me trying to go find him all his answers and stuff to try to get his show 4 together. But I already know what he wants to put in place. We're just trying to figure out the money amounts and everything right now. So you guys don't ever give up on that. Keep going with that follow up, because that came out of left field and that could change everything for me for the rest of the summer.
Nice, Jen.
So,
Thank you for sharing. And here's the nugget too, ladies and gentlemen. In sales, how many here would consider themselves bona fide salespeople? Anybody? So y'all know in sales they say, until they tell you what, until they tell
Or
you no,
no.
or they just disappear.
Right.
That's what they're still. That's considered your funnel. When you send somebody an email, when somebody opens up whatever, guess what? They're in your funnel now. Even if it's not a physical funnel, they're inside of your funnel. They're open to receive information until they tell you what. They tell you to stop.
T-shirts and pie.
So the point is, until they tell you to stop, until they disappear, just keep dripping on them, because you never know when somebody's time is. Somebody may not have the money when you first ask them. Somebody may have been just too busy when you first asked them. Sometimes people are not really hearing what you're telling them until maybe the first, second, third time around. So keep slow dripping, keep slow roasting, keep pouring on your folks, because if they're not telling you no, it's just a matter of time before something is going to click. All right. So with that being said, Jen, who are you passing that ball to?
well, I think I'm going to pass this over to LaShonda this morning, because I need my plug from my sacred plug. And yeah, smile, girl, smile, because you weren't smiling when I started. So smile. So I'm going to pass that plug over to LaShonda Durden this morning.
Thank you, Jen, for the pass. Appreciate it, Jen Unfiltered. Thank you. So quickly, first, y'all, I want to make sure y'all understand what Uncle Jock just said a minute ago. He pretty much said, I connected with the Michael Jackson of the promotions world. I know a lot of people might not understand who Mike Jones is, but he is super powerful. So congratulations on that, Uncle Jock. That is no joke, and it's definitely huge. Congratulations. Yesterday, I sent Coach Erik a text, because I was sitting here spinning around in my own brain, kind of stuck, like, okay, I know I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but I was stuck. So I texted him, asked him, could we connect? He was available, and we spoke about clarifying really my audience, because I have a mindset, or had until yesterday, a mindset of that I wanted to, break cycles of poverty. And as we spoke, and he helped me to flesh that out, he reminded me of something that he said that I grasped during the convention, but it still hadn't clicked. And he reminded me that, okay, people who are in poverty really don't have the money to pay for policies. And I knew that it was there. It just it needed to be said again. So I just wanted to thank Coach Erik and Dr. Meri yesterday for being available, y'all. That's something that's so important about this team and this village, is the availability of our leaders and our experts, those who have been in the game for a long time. I always tell people, I could call so-and-so right now. I could call the commissioner right now and he'll answer. If he don't answer, he's gonna text me or he's gonna call me back in a few minutes. And that is so amazing, so awesome, such a blessing that anyone who's on this call or listening, please don't take that for granted. They might not be always as accessible. So use them while they are completely available for us and for our teams, whether it's a small question, a big question, whether you think it's a stupid question, an embarrassing question, a concern, whatever it is, reach out to those people who have been placed in this village to assist us. And I am passing the ball to my sister. All right, so this chick is always bringing a presence and amazing energy to these calls, to our team huddles, and just her presence is so peaceful. But I know that she moves with strong energy and gets things done. I'm gonna bring storyteller Tawana Chisley to the stage. Here's the ball, sis.
Thank you, the sacred plug, but I'm going to pass it over because Danae and Troy and Erica have had their hands up first. So
All right.
thank you, though. And pass it over to Danae.
Okay, thank you. Hey, family. It was okay, LaRonda. I would have waited. Okay, Grand Rising, everyone. So yesterday was a challenge for me, but I got through it and I had success. So I went to the hairdresser. It don't look like my hair is done now because it's up in my little twist until I get ready to go to my white party this weekend. But I was in there and I had been talking to my hairdresser about life insurance. So we had been going back and forth, trying to get her to get life insurance or whatever. So I talked to her also about coming there and just sitting down and, talking to some of the clients that's coming in. So yesterday, I'm at the hairdresser and I walked up to one lady and I asked her, did she have life insurance? And I had on my green shirt. So she said, I have it on my job. And I was like, so me and her got to talking. So when I finished with her, she wanted me to get her number. So I said, okay, fine. So I went over to another it was three more ladies in the front. So I went over there and I said, excuse me. And when my hairdresser saw me go there, she said, She said, you gonna tell everybody in here about life insurance. And I was like, oh my God, y'all, I froze up. I was freaking out, but in calm. So I said, okay, you put me on the spot. So I started educating them about life insurance. Y'all, short story. I walked out of there with six
Yes.
people's numbers.
That's what I'm talking about. Donna,
That's
that's what I'm talking about. And
six people's numbers.
here's the
I was
great
like sweating BBs, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
The
You
real
go.
Danae.
Donna,
The
Mm,
real.
Go, Danae.
Yeah.
good
So I'm
job.
happy.
I
I'm
want y'all to
happy.
check
I'm happy
something
they're gonna
out.
get on my calendar. And I told them if you don't get on my calendar within the next 24 hours, then I'm gonna call you. And I told them, I said, please, before I took their numbers, I said, please do not waste my time. I said, if
Hold
you
on,
don't
hold
want to
on,
be
wait, wait.
educated, don't waste my time. Do not take my number.
Come on, Donna. I gotta come in. Hold on. Y'all got everybody mute or something. I gotta talk. I gotta come in and talk. So mute everybody except for me. Look, Donna. First off, everybody. Okay, come off mute, y'all. Clap it up for Donna. Then go back on mute.
Oh, now.
Yeah, girl, let's
Yeah,
Go,
Donna,
go.
Donna,
Danae.
Donna,
That's awesome,
Donna.
man.
Do
Come
it.
on, let's
Do
go.
it.
So here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing, y'all. See, you don't know that you're prepared until it's time. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Y'all come to these. Here's the thing. You come to these morning meetings, these morning Zooms. A lot of times y'all thinking it's too much plugging in, it's too much. But guess what? A moment is going to happen where you're going to be put in a position like Donna was put in, and guess what? You're going to realize that you have arrived. Not that you have arrived, you've been there the whole time. You realize that you now are ready. Donna, I told you about a month and a half ago, you where you need to be. Now just keep talking to folks because the opportunities are going to present themselves and they're going to become bigger opportunities every time because your energy is going to start pulling, you know what I'm talking about, that your vibrations, your frequencies going to start vibrating and attracting high vibrating people to you. And then you ready. Just stay plugged in, everybody, because your moment, everybody is going to have one of those moments that Donna just had. And when you have it, you're going to realize, dang, I can have another one of these moments, and another one, and another one, and another one. And then you teach somebody to have one of those moments.
Mhm.
Another one, and another
Yeah.
one, and another one. So great job, Donna. I am so
Yeah.
proud of you. I am
Thank
so
you. Thank you so much. And she had been trying to get me to come and speak, but I was like, girl, you just talk to him and I do the referral. So she got me yesterday, or right on the spot. I was like, oh, why did you do that? But I got through it and everybody was interested because of what I was saying to them. They was like, oh, I ain't know that, or I ain't think about that, so I'm happy.
Would
And
you
I'm gonna
say,
definitely all
here's the
6 of them I'm
here's
gonna
the
talk to.
biggest note-taking nugget of Donna's testimony. Y'all might want to write this down. When you get the folks on the hook like that, follow up ASAP. If it's a client, follow up ASAP. If it's a business partner, follow up ASAP and get them on the phone with the EDs. I'm telling y'all, that's where a lot of people drop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The customers go cold if the prospect goes cold as a client if you don't follow up. They're gonna go cold if you don't hit them back and connect with them with that energy that they had was. If it's a potential business partner, if you don't connect with them as soon as possible, guess what? If you don't connect and put them with the ED and let the ED re-edify you, how many of y'all have signed people up, didn't get them on the phone with the ED, they signed up and then they quit within a week or two?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to tell y'all that's one of the things people miss. That ED call is huge. So make sure that y'all just follow up with your clients and your whether they're business partners, prospects, or client prospects. Great work, Donna.
Yeah,
Uncle Doc, can I
Yes.
drop something real quick? Did you just say it?
Yes, sir.
And I want to just put this in perspective so everybody really understands. Most people buy things because they want it, not because they need it. Okay?
Mhm.
And so that want is Uncle Doc didn't follow right away. Remember, that want is there. Y'all go slow with the follow if you think, oh, they need it and I can take my time because they need it. People don't buy things they need, they purchase what they want. Look in your closet. You got a whole bunch of things you wanted, but you did not need, right? So if you don't move soon, the want, the want diminishes. The need is still there, but the want is gone, and that's what makes your sales struggle. So Danae, move quickly.
I am
And
today.
you just really put it in perspective because that is you hit it right on the head. Folks that are, let's say, not as seasoned in sales, what happens is when somebody is interested and you're not a bona fide salesperson, that interest to you in your mind is a sale. But guess what? Then the person gets frustrated because they didn't follow up because they thought they had it in the bag the whole time. Then when they go back a week, 2 weeks later, and that interest isn't there, now you're frustrated as an agent.
Right,
And we got
right.
to tell you how to relieve some of your frustration and how to close some of those deals sooner than later because people do go cold. You got to realize when you're talking to somebody, a lot of times we're creating that want for them.
Mm-hmm.
And when we create the want for them, they want it. If we don't follow up and give them what they want, shame on us. So great job though, Donna. Who you
Yeah.
passing that ball to?
I'm a pass. I just want to say one more thing. And they asked me, you got business cards? I said, I'm gonna give you my phone. I'm gonna give you my phone. You put your number in, and after you put your number in, I'm gonna call you, and then I'm gonna send you my calendar, and you get on my calendar. I said, and make
Nice,
sure you do it by tomorrow. So, all right,
nice
I'm gonna pass the
work.
ball to Mr. Troy, the voice of inspiration, Gandhi. Drop it,
Thank
Troy.
you, Donnie. And man, and ooh, I'm just ecstatic about all of your success. And everybody's been on point this morning. I'm gonna tell you, I'm guilty of all of that because the fortune is in the follow up. I've been doing a whole lot of good stuff with connecting with the ED and all that kind of stuff. You had like nearly 40 some business partners on the team, but very few actually engaged. But finally, keep them in the car and fine tune your onboarding process. Make sure you're doing all the steps and getting them plugged in, helping them to know that they need to get started and earn while you learn. And you let too much time go past, and you'll find that several of them, or many of them, will fall off, just like Uncle Jock was saying. So I'm just so happy about it. And those that don't get engaged immediately, or don't jump on board immediately, it's that they don't want it. A lot of times it's not now, but it just may be later, because life happens, and sooner or later you need to make sure that you're continuing to follow up. Jen was on point this morning as well. So, getting those coaches appointments, getting down with the ED to find out and fine tune whatever you got going on in your business is huge. And I ran into a situation the other day and had to get the Godfather, the commissioner, involved, because make sure that if you're having a situation where folks are trying to get enrolled and they're a little confused about the process, you may need them to, get on a Zoom with them to make sure you can actually walk them through the process and you can see what they're doing. Because she was trying to explain it to me, and I kept saying, you're not in the right place. You're not, you don't need to register again. You're already an agent. And she kept on going through the process. She took it upon herself to do it on her own and ended up enrolling twice and having two back offices, and would have been paying two back office fees. So I had to get the commissioner involved, obviously, so we can make sure that we delete that and move that back out. So always want to try to sit down, if you can't be face to face with them or in person with them, make sure you're on a Zoom so you can walk them through that process. And then I had another agent enrolled a while back, got engaged, kind of like fell off in the bushes. So now he's back on board, and he too, had a lot of moving parts. So I had to get the commissioner involved with that so that we can get him all the solutions that he needs, not just a simple IUL. So that's it for me. And I'm going to pass the ball now to this phenomenal woman, that knows how to keep it pushing and keep her car moving no matter what the circumstances are. She has babies and still working her business. I'm trying to tell you, this woman is awesome. None other than Miss Erica Marie.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Troy. Man, when you were talking about me, I was like, oh, he ain't gonna call me up. Oh, I might as well we'll chill out. And I was like, oh wait, I just had a baby. Okay, maybe he so I appreciate that. Good morning, everybody. I'm just so excited. I'm still, reaching out to my influencers. Actually, yesterday I had my first person that I've done a green sheet with, and then kind of went, I don't know, witness protection, had life, and I'm not sure what the circumstances was for them not wanting to follow up. But they reached out to me and was like, hey, can I get on your schedule? I'm ready to get some life insurance. So that was a first for me. So I'm super excited about that. But man, I'm already sending text messages now, just off of this training this morning about making sure you strike while the iron's hot. So everybody who I know is like, yeah, I want to get life insurance, and just let me know. I'm ready for that. I'm like, all right, let's nail this down now. Let's get us all on the calendar and get it together. And are we playing around? Oh, am I free here? Let's figure out when you're actually free. Because I don't want that desire to fade away, like y'all were saying. So I'm just so excited. Thank you guys for the training. I'm going to pass the ball over to a lady who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. We know her as the storyteller. All right. She's also an insurance seller, and that is none other than Miss Tawana Chisley.
Thank you, Miss Erica. And by the way, why wouldn't you think that Troy was talking about you? You are phenomenal. So stop playing.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to make this real quick so we can get started. we won a call last night, and they were talking about making this business fun. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I struggled for a minute to try to make this business fun. Guess what, y'all? It's fun now. It's fun. And it's fun because I have become me. I can just be me and make this business work. Because I'm a talker, but sometimes I can go into my shell, but once I talk, people gonna listen. So I've been using Indeed, and instead of me sending messages to people, I've been calling them. So I talked to a lady yesterday, and it's amazing how people just open up once they become relaxed with you. And she sounded like she was interested, so I ended up sending her the video, Eric's video, and I said I would follow back up in about an hour. She didn't pick up the phone, which is okay. Again, a no is not always a no. She didn't say anything. So I'm going to give her a chance to let it marinate, and I'll reach back out. But what I won't do is, keep calling and calling and calling. I'll just give her a chance. But the fact that she picked up the phone and she started telling me her story. Her son is dyslexic. Her husband's about to lose his job, and she feeling like she has to go back out and get a job. I said, well, what if you could stay home and still be with your son and still help your husband by making six figures? She started listening. So that's when I realized, I said, okay, this is fun now. So I just wanted to leave it there. And that follow-up, I had to make sure that Miss Connie was following up on this client that we're going to meet on Sunday, and she is aware, and we still have that. Oh, one more thing, y'all. I'm going to be doing this thing with Siobhan on Saturday. Yes, I love to talk. Sure, I can get up and do poetry in front of people, but standing up and talking about Tawana, I'm coming out of my shell. So if y'all can just say you got it, let's go.
You got it.
You got it.
You got it,
You got it, girl.
Thank you for
You
sharing.
can do
Thank
it,
you for sharing.
Tawana. You got
You
this.
know you got it, girl.
Take a shower, Tawana.
Oh, that's
You
it
got
right
this.
there. Take a shower. All
All
right,
right.
I'm pass it back over to Mr. Jock, or you want me to just give it to Troy?
I got it. So I'm gonna take the ball. Thank you, Tawana, for sharing. Moving right along. I'm going.